Hi, hello, and welcome to Capricorn Venus Tarot. This is Capricorn Venus. So today we're going to tap into a really fun topic and we're going to see what is their fantasy of you. So we've got 4 piles. Pile number 1 with the lapis lazuli. Pile number 2 with my little opalite angel. Pile number 3. And this is, I know it's for protection, black quartz. Pretty sure it's black quartz. And then pile number 4 is this dried rose that I have from an old bouquet. But yeah, go ahead and pick your pile and I will see you guys in there. Okay. I pre-picked the cards this time. Just for fun. Take me a second to put them all over there. I kept them in the order that I picked them, and I haven't seen them, so let's see. All right, pile number 1. Let's see what is their fantasy of you. I do think with your pile number 1, there's an intellectualism here for sure. I think they have a fantasy of either, it's kind of funny, but what I'm noticing so far is either they have a fantasy of like outsmarting you or like something smarty kind of vibe here, like librarian vibes here. So let's start from the beginning. And we'll put these ones out first. Lovers. Keep them in reverse for now. So we got the Lovers, then we've got Temperance in reverse, 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, yeah, okay, outsmarting you then. Here we go. Because we got the Ace of Swords in reverse under Temperance in reverse here. Oh, this is a sexy one. Ooh. Okay, and then Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, part of their fantasy with you, pile 1, is they want to make you speechless. They want to like come upon you suddenly and like kind of take your breath away, so to speak. Like they want to surprise you and yeah, make it so you're speechless. Interesting. Okay, let's roll the dice. What is pile number 1's person's fantasy about them? What is their fantasy about pile number 1? 4 is Cancer, 11 is Aquarius, and 9 is Sagittarius. I do feel like this person in an ideal world, they would like take you on a trip or like surprise you with this extremely lavish gift. I do feel like on the extreme end of this fantasy of theirs, they're surprising you with something like totally crazy, you know? And they just imagine like a world in which they're pretty womaning you, basically. Like they've got you like a really fancy diamond necklace like this, or they're taking you on a trip, you know, like an expensive trip, because we got the Lovers and the Chariot, or like they're buying you a car, and in their fantasies and their daydreams, you know, you guys are walking out of you guys' house and there's the car with the bow on it, and just like your reaction to that, you know. So I feel like on the extreme end of when they're like fantasizing about you, it's like something like that where it's very lavish in some way, just because they really want to see your reaction. In a smaller way though, in a sexier way, I do feel like this person has a fantasy of, you know, just making out with you right then, or like saying something very flirty that throws you off so much and then you guys start making out, or just kind of totally charming you to the point where you're just kind of putty in their hands and you just kind of, you're not feeling so independent, I would say, because we got the 9 of Pentacles up here. So I feel like you are a person who is, I I would say you are not a person who is easily tempted. You're not a person who's easily swayed towards like, you don't have like a fainting vibe here, you know, where you would be thrown off easily, or just like this barest amount of shock throws you over. So there is something about you being kind of hard to impress here. And so that's part of why the fantasy is that they'll impress you so much that you can't even, you know, speak. So, okay, let's go ahead and pull these other ones here. Ooh, I have been thinking about you a lot. Love will keep us together. There is this like fantasy of they're going to do you so good that you'll never want to leave, you know, because with the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, it's like, yeah, just seducing you to the point where you don't want to leave. Like, or doing it so good that you don't want to leave, or that you would never want to leave. You know, get them, like, they want to have you digmatized here. Like, that's what I'm getting. Or, like, just totally obsessed with them, hypnotized by your sexual allure here, depending on, you know, whatever gender roles or anything. Okay, drive me crazy. But that's part of the fantasy, is that they get to reverse the roles here. I think this person, Pile 1, you're kind of like a kryptonite to them, where they get really swayed over to you. So in the fantasy, that's what they're doing to you, and they're switching that. Excitement. Ooh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like where you don't want to hold back. Maybe you're kind of conservative. That's like another thing I'm getting here. Maybe you like cover up a lot, or it could just be something about your vibe being very like modest, demure here. You know, I know we're tired of saying that, but it's still in my brain. But yeah, it's like you, but that's part of it too. Like, they want to make it so you'll never get tired of them. There's something about that. So I think you might be kind of a stern type here, Pile 1, because the fantasy is making me feel like maybe you have a stern side to you, or you are kind of stern. And so their fantasy is that you won't be able to hold back. You'll not be able to hold back what you're saying. Like, they want to pull a moan out of you. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. Calling in your soulmate. Wow, because oh my gosh. Yes, this is your soulmate. Playfulness. Ew. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. This is like very much sexual fantasy here. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Yes, this is your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. Opportunity. And then I have this. This is from the Lapoutine Oracle, and it does have nudity, so I'm going to cover that up. Probably need a bigger stone to cover up all the nudity. Okay. And this one is fusion. Wow. Opportunity. There's no use looking for luck. It arrives at unexpected times. So that's the big fantasy here about one, is like them coming upon you at an unexpected time, and you guys fusing, and you're so excited that you can barely speak, and it's like you guys are made for each other, and you don't need to be independent anymore. You could totally be swept away by this person, Pile number 1, because you guys are soulmates, and you guys are going to fuse, and it's going to be so obvious to you that you can never be with anyone else. Basically, that's what the fantasy is. Like, you guys are going to get together, and you'll be so struck speechless by their performance that you will instantaneously know you guys are soulmates. You guys run away together. And you won't have a single harsh thing to say. You know, that's another part of it, because we do have Temperance in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like you're not gonna have a single note for them here, Pile 1. That's part of the fantasy. So you must be kind of, I could see you having some Virgo placements here, or you having a side to you that is, because we got Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's like you are the Queen of Swords already, and they just want to make it so you're just so pleased with them, you know. The nasty card over here, that you you go towards them alone, and it's like finally clear to you that this person is the only person who could ever get you as excited as that. And yeah, so now you guys can just take this opportunity. No use looking for luck. Come together right then. So yeah, I think also maybe they could have a fantasy of just surprising you when you're doing your work, or like you guys go off and have sex somewhere and it's a surprise. It's like out of nowhere. And also like part of all these fantasies is like that they know you so well, that you guys are such soulmates, and they know all your tells and everything, and like they're gonna get an A+ with you here. They're gonna absolutely charm your pants off, pal one, and that's part of the fantasy. So that is what I've got for you. Close these, oops. Close these all up. And we'll pull music video. No space over here. Okay. And this is like scary and like kind of popping up out of nowhere too. So I do feel like there is this part of the fantasy is like surprising you with them, you know, trying to sleep with you right then, you know, like. So I could also see this as being like you guys are in a relationship, and so you guys normally have sex at a certain time, or you guys normally only hook up on the weekends. This is someone you're dating, and normally you see each other like every other day or something like that, and this time they're coming to you at a unexpected time, you know, like when you normally don't do this. You know, if you guys always have sex in the afternoon, then you guys are having sex in the morning. You know, if you guys always hook up at night, then maybe they come to your work and you guys hang out afterward. You know, something like that. Like this. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because there is this sense of like you normally having some back talk here, and you not really doing that this time because you're just so pleased, you know, and they're so pleased, and it's so great. Okay, what is the fantasy? Yeah, you have a big boss energy here, pal one, and so I feel like part of the fantasy is like, I'm that person for you, period. Like, you don't need anyone else. Yeah, it's funny because I do feel like for some of you, this is only for if you picked this person and they're an ex already, you know, like if you already did that. This is not for everybody, but it's almost like they want to make you regret it in a way, you know, like because they're just so great. You know, they do it so well that you will regret that you left them or something, or that you guys aren't together. But I think for a lot of you, it's just like they want to impress you, and they want yeah, to impress a very hard to impress person here, to surprise you and throw you off a little and maybe get to you a little bit. Let's see the demon blush. You know, you definitely have a hard edge to you, pal one. And so they're hoping to soften those edges, you know? So yeah, that is what I've got for you, pal one. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Okay, pile number 2. So I do feel like pile number 2, this person has like a little bit of a savior complex aspect to them. So I do think part of this fantasy with you is like they're saving you, and they're protecting you from the cruel world out there, or I'm the only one that could really love you, you know, like the most, you know. It's not like they think they're the only ones that could love you. It's more like they think no one could love you as much as they do, you know, because they really want to protect you, and they have your best interest at heart, you know, like on the mind or whatever. So that's part of it. That's definitely part of it. So what is the fantasy that this person has about pile number 2? Okay, they definitely want to be the star in your dreams. Like, they want to be the star. They want to be the one keeping you up late at night, you know? That's the thing. This person has a complex about, like, they want to be the favorite. They want to be your favorite. So, like, how is that gonna... I should be the favorite here. Like, that is what I'm feeling so strongly. It's like, I want to be Paltu's favorite. I'm gonna make that happen. I want to be the one they're dreaming about. I want to be the one that they're having the sexual fantasies about. Okay. So, okay, they want to do it a little different. Let's do this first. World. They really, this person is so funny. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. This is adorable, Paltu. It's not like this is universally always a good thing to have somebody who wants to protect you, but because sometimes it can be paternalistic or something. But no, I'm sensing with this person, and if that's not the case, then don't watch these kind of videos for anybody bad. This is for a good person. This is for somebody who really wants to protect you. They have this fantasy that you're like Snow White, and they are the prince that's gonna take you away from all that, you know? Like, I don't know if this person knows about your backstory, or they have, like, imagined your backstory to where they think, oh my gosh, like, this is my moment, and this person deserves safety and love, and this is their fantasy of you. It's cute, Paltu. It's really cute. Like, they're just saying, like, oh, this person, they deserve princess treatment, you know, if it's a like a relationship like that. Or it's just something equivalent to that. It's like, this person wants to take care of you. They think you deserve love and attention, and they also want your love and attention. I feel like that's also a big part of it. I'm getting lost in the memories. No. Paltu, this is cute. I just keep saying that, but like they have these kind of like very wistful fantasies of saving you, and what they would say to make you know that they loved you, you know, and kind of serenading you here. It's very much that. Like, let's keep going. Potential. The littlest key can open the heaviest door. Yeah, there's a lot about in these fantasies of like what they're gonna say, how they would word it, like playing around with exactly the right words to fully convey how they feel. So this person might be an artist or something, or they're writing you poetry here, Paltu. At least in their mind, they're writing you poetry. Okay. They think you're magical. You make them laugh. Yeah, that's another thing, is like they really see you guys running away together. A lot of people, I think, have that kind of fantasy. So, because we did say that in the first one, but it was a little different. But basically, they want to take you guys from whatever bad situation they imagine that you were in. I feel like it's either like they know about your ex and they don't like how they treated you, and I could be way better than that person, and I would treat you like you deserve to be treated, like really, really nicely. Or it could also be like your home life, or even like they've heard about how you don't like your job or something like that, and they want to take you away from all that. They want to take away those stressors. I'm thinking of that Kehlani song. It's like Good One? No, that I don't remember. Good News, Bad News. Bad News, that's what it's called, Bad News. Where she just wants to take him away from all that. Like, I make you want to leave it all behind. Like, that sort of thing. I feel like that's part of the fantasy for you, Paltu, is like, they want to treat you so nice that you want to leave all that behind you. You want to leave the dark days behind you guys and move into the future and just have the best time where you guys are laughing and having a great time. And this might be a person that you have good memories with already, and so they want to make more of those, but they do get kind of caught up in the memories. They rework the memories. So I feel like with this person, Paltu, I feel like if they have memories of you, They twist them a little bit. What if I said what I wanted to say in that moment? What if I, went out on a limb and really went after this person back then? Or, something like that, where they rework the conversations, or they rework the scenarios that actually did happen to be more in your favor, and more in their favor of like, oh, what if I stepped up and I like really tried, or something about that. But then if this is a new person, I feel like they rework their own memories as if you're the star, or they like watch their favorite movie and they think of you guys as like the stars and like work through fake problems in the movies, like that sort of thing, where they're putting you in these little scenarios. I like this person's flair, Okay, so a fearful world and ripe fruits. Again, it's like imagining that once you guys are together, everything will be good. Or if you guys are already together, imagining that once they sweep you off your feet, then you'll never have a stress ever again. And if they just say the exact right words, then you guys will be together forever and it'll be so great because you're so magical and beautiful, and you're like this person that they think deserves the world, like they would do anything for you. This person's very romantic, so I feel like this is like a very romantic leaning fantasy here. But in a way, I got a little pushback from that, because I feel like part of the fantasy is also like they're your savior, so now they're your one and only, like, you know what I mean? Like you're theirs vibe here. Definitely a you're theirs vibe to these fantasies. Also the memories, because I'm sensing like, again, they play up on the memories to create more of these fantasies. They're going through something. Yeah, so maybe they're projecting this savior thing onto you because they also go through things. So it's like they would save you and you would save them. It would be like that mutual thing. That's the final end scene of Pretty Woman. Is he says, what happens when the knight comes and saves the girl from the high tower? And she says she saves him right back, So that's the kind of fantasy here. It's like they could save you from whatever circumstance is true or is imagined that they are fantasizing you're in. And then you would save them right back because you would love them and you're amazing, Yeah, maybe this person like struggles with depression sometimes, and so they get lost in these fantasies, and like they just feel like you are so fun that you would take them out of that. Family issues are affecting this connection. Yeah, so it could be theirs or yours. I think you'll know who this person is, hopefully. Use your intuition, but you'll have to know for yourself if the family issues are with you or with them. But either way, it plays into this whole savior fantasy here, and also us against the world fantasy. Like, not Bonnie and Clyde, because it's more like Hercules and Meg here. Like he's saving her, she's saving him. It goes back and forth, and that's what the fantasy basically is here. They think you are intelligent. They just think you're the bee's knees, honestly. Pile 2, part of the fantasy is just imagining you as well. Like I said, they put you in place of every movie character they're watching, and that sort of thing. Like, they really admire you. And I feel like they are for some of you, this will be a secret admirer. But for others of you, it's just like, they think a lot more about you than you may believe. Basically, because they think about what you have going for you. Oh my gosh, this made me think of a country song I just added to my playlist. I have a country playlist. Okay, don't judge me. But it's like, look what God gave her. I know it's cheesy, whatever. Country songs are fun, like, yeah, and there is a cheesy quality to this person's fantasies for sure. Because they're just like, wow, you know, pile 2 is so smart. And every time I'm with pile 2, I'm just laughing and enjoying myself. And it's like all my troubles are gone, you know, and like, I want to do that for pile 2. And they're just so cool. Like, I can't believe they talk to me. Like, I can't believe that we're together. I can't believe we're friends. Or wouldn't it be so amazing if they love me? Like, they're just so cool, you know, like we go round and round with that sort of thing. It's like they really think you are just magical. You are just so above them. I think this person has this idea that you're really out of their league as well. But maybe you're out of their league in every way but one. And so they want to like really play up whatever this rule, whatever this thing is. Maybe this person is further in their career than you, or maybe this person is like higher educated than you, or it could be that they have more money than you, or they could be older than you, and so they've got more experience, or they're further along in a hobby that you're interested in. There's something like that where they have a little bit of a something that they feel like they could offer you. You know, it's not in a negative way that they're viewing it like this. They're like, this is the only way that I can help them. Like every other thing, they're so incredible. So I've got to capitalize on that to pursue something with them. This is interesting kind of language. This connection needs boundaries. Yeah, like that's the kind of thing. But that's part of the fantasy, is like you guys will have a boundaryless relationship where you rely on each other 100%. And basically this person's fantasies are codependent, but like not in a terrible way. It's just in like the fantasy kind of way of you guys are going to divulge all your secrets to each other, and no one else in the world will know each other more than the other, and you guys are going to just totally merge and blend to where you never bring up one person without bringing up the other, or you guys go everywhere together, or yeah, you're seen as inseparable. Person has to even like kind of calm themselves down sometimes about it. Okay. I want to celebrate. Ooh. And surrender now. Ooh. Interesting. This person could even sometimes have the fantasy of like a shotgun wedding, you know, kind of vibe here. Like I definitely could see that with your person here about too, is like they could kind of get lost in these fantasies and be like, oh, what if I knocked him up and then we had to get pregnant, or sorry, like then we had to, you know, get married or something. But I do feel like if this is like a straight relationship, or just one where that could happen, they do fantasize about that, like unexpected forces making it so you guys are together forever, or like I even feel like for some of you, if this is relevant, they could like have this fantasy of you needing like a green card and doing like a green card marriage, or like they have this fantasy of like you guys having to fake date and then it ends to you really dating. Because again, there is a lot of movie stuff here with this. So they could use those like tropes you see in romance novels and that sort of thing to have these fantasies. It's not giving scary, by the way. It's just like, these are fantasies, you know, we're tapping into their private thoughts. You can't blame them here. Yeah. You guys would make a great rom-com. That's what they think anyway. They really might be watching some movies like, oh, you know what movie just came to my mind is Got Mail. That's Tom Hanks and I can't remember the girl. She's in a bunch. Meg Ryan. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. That's a classic. And again, in that one, he owns this huge bookstore and is buying her bookstore, and she doesn't even know. So again, like something about the power here. Power differential. And this is a giant wolf and a little tiny woman here. This person is very hyper-focused on you also. And you might be the kind of person who's like methodical and like likes to get to know someone over a long period of time or something, but they kind of want to skip steps or jump right in. It's like in their fantasies, you guys jump right in and you don't think about it and you just leap. You know, like that's the fantasy basically. Let's pull these cards now. Oh, here's kids again, so definitely could be something. Or like, again, something about like forces you can't control bringing you guys together. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. I mean, they fantasize that you're lost in the cold and they save you and they find you and they bring you in. And maybe they could also fantasize that with the economy, how it is and everything, you guys would have to move in together and like, then you would have to be with each other all the time. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Or you guys have to work together, or they fantasize about like starting a business and then you guys work together every day, and so then they would be able to see you a bunch more. Tower. And because of the kind of romantic nature this person has also, they do fantasize about like arguments with you, or what if you cheated and they found out, like what would they do? You know, like they have these kind of fantasies that are like very dramatic, like, oh, they could even have dreams about that. They could have like dreams where you cheated on them, or dreams where you guys weren't together and they had to like win you back, or dreams where you guys get in a huge fight and then you have makeup sex or something. Like I could see that from this person. I think this person has had dreams about you that are like dramatic situations leading to you guys being in love. So some of it's a little toxic, you know, like, cause I think some of these fantasies like literally have nothing to do with your relationship at all. It's just that they have these dramatic sides to them and they want to see you in all your I just heard they want to see you in all your glory. They want to see you in every scenario. So that's why they run through all of these different situations or fantasies, because they'd like to see you in a lot of different situations. Oh, the Fool. Again, that makes so much sense, because I was getting that imagery with her on the ledge here and everything, and jumping right in. They just want a boundaryless. They want to like not think about it. Don't think twice about it. Jump all in. You guys just passionately getting married in Vegas kind of vibe here. Like, okay. 9 of Swords. And this reminds me of like, it's like clearing your anxieties. Keeping out the people who would come against this. And again, that doesn't have to have any relation to real life. They have like this Romeo Juliet vibe towards you. And not taking it slow. With Surrender now in the Tower, yeah, the whole fucking making like fighting and making up kind of vibe here, like, they definitely have that fantasy a lot. It's like you guys, you know, getting in a fight and then having sex. Also, there is this fantasy they have sometimes of like you declining them or you curving them in some way and them turning that around, basically, like convincing you. I do get that kind of energy here for Pal 2. It's like they convince you. I do keep thinking of that movie, and I'm forgetting it. It's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's like when he first asks Ramona Flowers out at his house, she says no. But then he just keeps being a simp, and eventually they get together, you know? So that's the kind of vibe here. they'll win you over through them being so in love with you. Again, it's like this idea of like, no one else is going to love you as much as I love you. Okay. Oh, and like I feel like my heart is racing. I feel like this person, oh my gosh, they have a lot of fantasies about you. They spend a lot of time thinking about you, truly. And they do see you as the person who could solve all their problems too, but the fantasies are about winning you over. And just complimenting you into a mess, you know? Like, basically, I feel like this person's seduction type, or like how they would choose to seduce somebody is just like, it's a love bomb adjacent here. Because they could write you amazing poetry, or like really know all your details to compliment you in just the way that makes you feel the most like seen. And yeah, this is a cute pile for sure. Like, they would really break down those walls through verbal affirmation. What is that? It's like the love languages, words of affirmation. Yeah, I feel like part of this person's love language, definitely one of the higher ones, would be words of affirmation. They daydream about all the things they would say they loved about you, and what they would say, how they would describe you in like a very artistic kind of way here. Yeah, that's something that I have done a lot of times for birthday gifts for my boyfriend, is like a card with all the adjectives I think describe him, you know, like sweet stuff like that is what I'm sensing with this person. So, okay, let's pull some music videos. Getting lost in the memories. This person might kind of fantasize about you so much and have so much built up, you know, storyline here, that it might get a little bit difficult to, when it comes to actually speaking. They'll have to like build up their courage here to talk to you after having this many fantasies, honestly. What is, saving you from being used, and like you being this like prize. What's about it? Yeah, they might have the fantasy of like some guy is hitting on you at the bar, or somebody's hitting on you at the bar, and like you look uncomfortable, and they come in and they're like, didn't you hear the lady? You know, like it's that kind of energy here, regardless of gender. That's the energy of like, she said no, dude, you know, like, and then, you know, you guys go off together or something like that. Them taking the lead. Let's see. You guys running away together. Oh, there is this sense of just like, a lot about them like defending you. Anything else? Them defending you, them stealing you away. Any kind of plot line you can come up with. They do have this like fantasy about you declining them, or like you saying something really harsh. I'm actually going to pull this out. Oh, okay. Interesting. Like, they have this fantasy of you being not really into it and them winning you over, basically. And then you guys ending up being ride or die, totally connected. Nobody else in the world matters. Like, there is a sense of also like, only you two. They want to steal you away from your friends. They want to steal you away from your family. I do feel like that. So that is what I've got for you, Pile 2. Thank you very much. I will leave these down below, and I will see you next time. Okay. Pile number 3. Let's see. What is pile number 3's person's fantasy about them? What is pile number 3's fantasies? This person has a fantasy of you guys being like secluded. You guys having a vacation in a cabin all weekend. You know, it's just the two of you. Yeah, still moment with you. I feel like this person has a fantasy of like you two sitting by the water in the moonlight, or campfire. I'm getting another example. It would be campfire. I'm also seeing like a kind of moody bed and breakfast with a fireplace, you know, and you guys are sitting at the fireplace together, and maybe you guys have sex on a big, you know, fuzzy rug on the ground in front of the fireplace. Like, it's very much, yeah, sex outside here. Also, like, long conversations and you guys smoking a blunt on the picnic table until 4 a.m., you know, kind of vibes. Okay. Yeah. 7 is Libra. And it's also like partnership for 7, you know. This person has like a friends to lovers fantasy of you. Best friends. Inseparable. A lot of people have that, you know, inseparable thing here in these fantasies. Something a little darker. Kind of like vampire stuff here. This person likes like neck kissing and that sort of thing. So something that's in the fantasy. Okay, so what is pile 3's person's fantasy of them? 9 is Sagittarius. 1 is Aries. 7 is Libra, 1 is Aries, and 9 is Sagittarius. So it's fire and air. Lots of talking. Lots of talking here. They want to get to know you. This person is very like service oriented here. I'm getting like the image of like them sweeping up after you, or like making your life easy. Like I just see this person like lifting your feet up. Again, with that like image by the fireplace, and they get you a footstool, you know, so you can put your feet up. And I think this does translate to the bedroom kind of fantasies they have too, of like they want to be servicing you, you know, like that's kind of the vibe here. And they want to clear your mind. Like this person does have like a very sexy attitude, I feel like, because they want to soothe you. They want to clear your mind. They want to make sure you aren't thinking about anything, like de-stress. Like that is a big part of this fantasy they have of like de-stressing you. Maybe you are a high-powered person, or you're always on the go, or it's making me think of the music video "Slow Down" by her and Skip Marley, and it's like slow down, let me love you kind of vibes here. And that's what I'm getting with this person. Is like they want you to slow down. They want to slow down time for you so that you guys can get to know each other and they can love you properly. Or maybe it's like hard to squeeze them into your schedule or something, because I am getting that with them. They want undivided attention here. Okay. Generosity, sow the seeds of kindness. Yes. This person is very generous. And in their fantasies, they're generous too. I mean, you can think about whatever you want, and your fantasies can be whatever. So this person like really likes to care for others, or maybe just care for you specifically. You persevere, leave no stone unturned. Yeah, they would. Yeah, just kind of like they want to try whatever. Like they want to know your fantasy. They want to know your fantasy. Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Okay, forgiveness. A crushed flower still gives off sweet scent. I think you've gone through too much, and they don't want you to be stressed. They think you work too hard, and that it's your turn to relax. Okay, Twilight, and I was getting a lot of like Twilight, like, okay, maybe the books too, but what I was thinking of is like nighttime, like just when the sky is purple, you know, it's very romantic. Oh, and we got a purple card here, and it's worry. Oh my gosh, this person must see you worry about things, and they want to take that away. They have fantasies of taking that away, taking those stresses away, where it's just the two of you and nobody else in the world matters. Surrender to the last hour when the light barely touches the flowers. Change. As with the falling leaves, embrace change. Yeah, they want to change up what you're thinking about, what you're worried about, what your mind is on. I want to take you out of that. If you've read ACOTAR, I am thinking of like Rysand here, so that'll just be for some of you, but that's the kind of energy of like, let me take you out of the scenario that you're always having to deal with. Or maybe your job is like really stressful, and so they want you to have something else to think about, you know, wink, wink. Make sure I cover up any nudity. Yeah, you might have been like in a survival instinct kind of mode here, and so much purple with you, pile 3. Yeah, a lot of this person's fantasies are definitely nighttime based. It's like you always have to be on guard. You always have to be the one making the decisions. So why don't I make the decisions for once? That's what I'm getting here. 6 of Pentacles. Again, them being generous. Lots about them being generous to you. Page of Pentacles. Ooh, I think also this person might have like, for some of you, this person has like a photograph of you that they look at a lot while they're having these fantasies. Oh, they also might like, this person might like look at the moon and think of you, or they might have fantasies of you guys being outside. Again, I'm getting that like outside, you're watching the moon, watching stars together. King of Cups. Take you out of your worries. Oh, Temperance and Knight of Cups. It's a lot about them being willing to put in the hard work here for you. Pile number 3. What a nice pile to pick here. Getting the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups as far as their fantasies about you. They fantasize about giving you what you want. They fantasize about making you come, you know, like that's what they're fantasizing about. They're like, I'm gonna take them out into the forest and we're gonna look at the moon and then I'm gonna lay a blanket down. Like that's the kind of vibe here. I'm gonna kiss them and I'm gonna make them want it and I'm gonna, you know, be really generous with them. I think also they want to just be generous with you in general because they do want to like take you out of that and give you a lot of attention and ask you a lot of questions and really get to know you. Again, we do have that sense of them really wanting to get to know you in a non-sexual way as well. They're fantasizing also about just like hearing what you have to say. And they're just genuinely interested in you. Like, that's what I'm getting here is like the fantasies are about getting to know you. The fantasies are about taking you outside of your worries and alleviating your mind, either through sex or conversation or just their loving look at you. This person is funny too because they might also be a little bit vain here. I think that's part of why they're having these kind of generosity fantasies about you. They imagine that you will be very pleased and flattered and enamored by them, and like, because the image I got is actually of them looking at you lovingly. You know, it's like they have a fantasy that they will be so engaged in what you're saying and really listening, and then you'll look over at them and see them listening and like really fall in love with them, you know, and think that they look really beautiful or handsome while they're listening to you. Or you will, you know, look into their eyes and see that they love you, you know, or see that they're into you, or see that they're turned on by you, like, and you will find them hot, basically. They have a fantasy also, like, you are gonna find them really hot. Like, maybe they'll dress themselves up really nicely. That's another part of the fantasy, is like, I'm gonna look really nice. I'm going to, you know, flatter this person. I'm gonna flatter pile 3. I'm going to listen to them all night. We will talk about everything under the sun, and then I'm gonna love them really good, and they're just gonna be obsessed with me, and they're gonna think I'm so good looking, and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the kind of fantasy here. I'm gonna take them out on or it could be like, if it's not nature or that stuff, it's like, I'm gonna take them out on the town. I'm gonna show them off. I'm going to, you know, tell them how wonderful they look. I'm gonna dress up my best so that they want to tell me how good I look. And then I'm going to, you know, show myself off and them, and like, we're just gonna go have some fun and get to know each other and be the best looking people in the whole room and all this stuff. Yeah, because they do think about like how they're gonna look. And you too. This person is kind of like aesthetic. They care about that sort of thing. Makes sense with Libra here. And they do think you are just stunning. Like they want to compete in the looks department here a little bit. Like in a good way, not in the negative way that sometimes you get out there, you know. You bring them such a little kick, such a spark to their day and to their life, I'm hearing. So they do want to repay you for that. And so they fantasize ways to repay you for that. Things they could say, you know, outfits they think you'd like. You know, I do see this person like having fantasies while they dress up or try on clothes in their closet or something. Oh, I bet pile 3 would love if I wore this. I bet pile 3 would think I was so hot if I did my hair this way, or like this would be the best way, like this is the best makeup look if it's a woman, you know, to entice pile 3, you know, so, something like that. Or like looking at colognes or perfumes and being like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna buy this one because I think pile 3 would like this one the best. You know, that's the kind of vibe. Okay, cute. Okay, let's pull some music videos. This person wants to love on you. They definitely, okay, if you want to get to this person, compliments are the way to go. Because that's their plan with you. So I guess I'm giving you tips on how to throw them off a little. They do get kind of swooned by a nice word about their appearance here. They just think you are the sun and the stars, like you are the main attraction here. They think stuff like when you guys are gonna look at the moon, or you guys are gonna go look at the view on the top of the you know, skyscraper, when you guys go out for drinks, and you're gonna be looking at the view, but they're gonna be looking at you, pile 3. You know, like that's part of the fantasy too. It's like they do have like wife guy energy, or like just they love being in love too. So they're gonna love you even better because they do like being in love, and they like being the person that adores you. So it feels good. It feels good to them to adore you, and I'm sure it'll feel good for you as well. So that is what I've got for you, pile 3. Let's pull those music videos. Okay. Oh. And I pulled this again, so I'm getting lost in the memories, so this person does get kind of dreamy and wistful. But they want you to feel that, because they do feel like sometimes you have too much going on and they want to take some of that off your plate, or at least like distract you from thinking about it so much. Okay. This is perfect because they did want to like kind of change themselves a bit here, to be more what you want. Interesting. Hear me out. That's funny. Teenage dream. And this has, wait, no, this is Tennessee orange. But they go out on the truck bed here and stuff. That's cute. Anything like single ladies. So they feel like you deserve everything in the world, basically. Okay, what is the fantasy? The fantasy. Number 3. Okay. Like definitely wanting to keep trying. Aww. Yeah, there was definitely like a vibe here of like spending the night, or because you guys like going off and having your like staycation, or you guys going on your first trip together or something. Like, oh, there's only one bed kind of vibes here, like in a romance novel or something. But they find you to be just, and they want to look good for you. That's another thing, because that makes sense with this video. It's like they're really focused also on their own appearance so that they look appealing to you. You guys being in a different environment than normal though, or going around at the town, or going to your house. There's several about like going to your house could be part of the, so this could be long distance, maybe traveling to see you. Going to your house is a lot here. So maybe this person comes over sometimes, you know? And so part of the fantasy is them coming over, and then the rest of the fantasy ensues. You guys becoming closer and them doing something for you. Like he elevates her career. You know, he kind of picks her out, you know, when she's just singing in a club, and elevates her. So that's another part of it, is they want to do something for you. And they want to, you know, do something for you, if you know what I mean here with what's your fancy and slumber. What's your fantasy and slumber party? Yeah. So I'm going to leave these down below. Thank you very much. Pile number 3. And I will see you next time. Okay. Pile number 4. What is pile number 4's person's fantasy about them? 8 is Scorpio, 11 is Aquarius, and 3 is Gemini. Interesting. And I think I'm going to pull some music videos first for you. What is pile number 4's fantasy? What a fun one here. Ooh. This one might be a little bit more just sexual fantasy here. Straightforward in a way. Also, maybe like they could have the fantasy of like you and multiple people or something here, because that's kind of what I'm getting here. Walking around outside. You guys having like a passionate situation. Outdoors. In the city. Walking around the city. And Rush. Oh, Bite Me has that too. Yeah, this is funny. They could have like a club kind of fantasy of you guys meeting at the club and going home together. They could also have kind of like toxic fantasies of you guys getting in fights and getting revenge against each other and then making up like enemies to lovers here. Some tying up stuff. Deal with it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is funny. Okay. That's where we're going to leave it. Because they do have this thing of like, no more fighting. Let's just have sex. Let's just have sex and get over it. You know, like, you guys act crazy towards each other and toxic, and then one of you calls the other, you know, like that's the kind of vibe here. Or, they can't help it. Like they think you're a bad person, you know. It's like in the fantasies, it's like maybe you guys have falling outs and disagreements about morality, but then you guys end up, you know, coming over late at night or something like that. Or they make you jealous and then you call them up, and you know, that kind of vibe. Or that they can't help it. Like there is an aspect of like they can't help it. They're thirsty for you. Like they have to have you, you know. And that's the fantasy. Is like you guys might fight, you guys might yell at each other, or like get back at each other, or even like get revenge and leave or something like that. But then you guys come back together. So I'll leave these down below. Pull out the others. But yeah, there might be some like, you know, one of you being tied up here and just regular kind of like trying to make each other jealous. Like, oh yeah, well I'm with someone new now, or and then you guys end up having sex because like no one else can have you and that sort of thing. Like one or both of you kind of drives each other crazy. You guys could get in kind of crazy fights and then get back together. Okay. These are fantasies, so it's like I'm not necessarily recommending that, but everybody's been there, so there is a sexy balance to that. Here we've got balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. It's like no more judgment. Let's just get together. So 8 is Scorpio, and it's also like transformation, turning things around. So it also could be like this maybe is an ex that you've already had the falling out, but maybe the fantasy is that you guys just let bygones be bygones and get back together, and neither of you can hold back from the other because you guys are just that sexually compatible. Okay. Interesting. Because to get balance and then 2 of Pentacles, which is kind of like the balancing act card. I think there's like this sense of like switching the power back and forth too. It's like one of you has the upper hand and then the other does. And like that sexiness of the tension between that push and pull. One of you's the runner and then the other's the runner. Yeah, it's the late night call unexpectedly. You know, that's the kind of fantasy I'm getting. And then Aquarius and friendship. It's like friends, we can't just be friends. Like that's the kind of vibe here. Of like that scene, it's that movie that guys love, and Wolf of Wall Street, where she's like, I don't think we're gonna be friends. no, you don't think we're gonna be friends? Like that kind of vibe here. And that's part of the fantasy is like, oh yeah, you want to be friends, really? Like a lot of those like flirty back and forth dynamics here. Yeah, because with the Gemini too, it's like banter, heavy on the sexual banter here for you guys. That's a big part of the fantasy. Maybe even 90% of this. Like, yes, of course we're gonna have sex in this fantasy, but like 90% of it is flirty banter leading up. Yeah, Queen of Swords, yep. Definitely you guys throwing jabs at each other, but loving it. This is also reminding me of like Princess Diaries too, with Anne Hathaway and Chris Pine's characters. It's like enemies to lovers here. Enemies and lovers even. Still kind of mad during. Let's see. Oh, and then the lovers. Yeah, again, it's like switching the power dynamics. It's like, oh, you admitted you like me, haha. I have a one up. Oh, see, I made you blush there. Oh, now I have the one up. Princess of Cups, and she's on her phone here. It's like texting or yeah. It's giving sweet though, so like nothing serious. More like kind of you guys have that back and forth that is you know, it's just something that happens. Like don't romanticize toxic situations so much, but this is like more of that, like it's all right. It's fucking makeup by Kaylani kind of vibes. Say something that you know is going to get the other kind of boiling mad and like get them going in that way. Like spilling the tea a little bit on each other. Like, you know, saying things that are underhanded and the other knows, but maybe other people don't know. Personal jokes that kind of like get at each other kind of thing. Okay. Chariots. And Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's like they also have a fantasy. If this is like a no contact, because I feel like for some of you, this might be in like an X or like a no contact. If it's not, just, you know, apply what fits. But I do feel like this person has the fantasy of coming towards you with the Ace of Cups, saying something to get the conversation going again and get you guys to meet up again. Or even like showing up at your door unexpectedly. And this is just a fantasy. So if they aren't wanting to do that, then it's probably not going to happen. It's just people do have those fantasies even if they don't ever do it. Let's start over. Yeah, I mean, that's the fantasy, is that you guys could just start over. I want more than what we have. So this definitely could be something where it's a flirty situationship or it's a back and forth, but it hasn't gone the extra level yet. And that's what the fantasy is about, is like, what can I say to let you know I like you, but maybe like maintain plausible deniability or still have a fun little jab back and forth. Okay, reach out to me, please. Wow. Yeah, so they might have the fantasy also of you reaching out to them and wanting to start over, or you reaching out to them and saying something that gets you guys' fires burning again for each other. I'm planning on calling you soon. This is interesting. If you watch some of the other video or the other piles here, they're not all like this. So let's start over. Reach out to me, please. I want more than what we have. I'm planning on calling you soon. With the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, it's like this person has constant fantasies about reaching out to you and starting up this little flirty back and forth again. Or if you guys are already at the flirty back and forth, they're daydreaming about making this in person, making this, in person. Okay. Your kindness has changed my life. Yeah, this person misses you. Or this person misses how things used to be. Or this person wants it to be more than what it is right now. If this is just like I said, if this is more of like a flirty back and forth you have with someone right now, they really love spending time with you. So they would love to take it to more than that even. I have a secret. Yeah, that you love this person. I'm feeling overwhelmed. This person might even be like the bad boy, bad girl kind of person here. Pile number 4. And so they want this to be like a legitimate relationship, but maybe they're just like not really used to that sort of thing. Don't trust me. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I don't think it literally is from God. Don't trust this person. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting is this person thinks they're too crazy to love, you know, or they're too intense for anybody to really love them. And if you knew the real them, you wouldn't love them, or you already do and you guys are enemies, you know. Like, this person might even feel like it's more dramatic, because you might just be playing into it a little bit and liking the back and forth. But I think sometimes this person worries that you actually don't like them, or and they might have some self-esteem stuff where it's easier to play around in this fun back and forth than to kind of put themselves on the line, be vulnerable, that they want more. Yeah, so I feel like in their fantasies, they are able to be more vulnerable, but it kind of even scares them then a little bit, like, because I feel like yeah. Let's keep going. Use your mind wisely. And the power of memories. Oh. Yeah, let's start over. They want more. They want more. If this is like somebody is an old fling or something, they really miss that time with you. They feel sad that something messed it up. And they're kind of using a lot of their brain power to try to figure out how to fix it. Bring the good times back around, basically. So yeah, sometimes I feel like this person's fantasies can kind of start out in this really fun, sexy place where they're thinking of these back and forths with you and imagining like kissing and making up after a fight and all this stuff. But then it can kind of go darker because they worry it'll never get to that place again, or they'll never in real life experience that again. So they have these fantasies and they really enjoy them, but then they kind of worry that it's only ever going to be that. So yeah, that is what I've got for you, Pop 4. Thank you very much. I appreciate you stopping by. Definitely watch those music videos for more messages about what their fantasy is of you. But yeah, I'll see you next time.